Stop hoeing around all through your 20s. Stop hoeing around all through your 30s. You give your 20s to the street Negroes. Stop hoeing around all through your 20s. Stop hoeing around all through your 30s. You give your 20s to the street Negroes.
Welcome to Male Reality Lessons, where topics are reviewed and discussed as iron sharpens iron. Greetings. Before we step into today's video, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to Male Reality Lessons. We're a new channel and we're trying to grow. On today's episode, we're going to explore the age-old question from all modern women: where are all the good men? Well, I can honestly say there are good men all around you, but perhaps because of pop culture and females' herd mentality, perhaps you're only choosing the bad boy, the Pookie, the Ray Ray, the Chad, and Tyrone. We're going to explore this today and see if the modern women can answer their own question of when they look around after the bad boy's done with them, all the good men are either taken or gone away.
Okay, it's time that we have a come to Jesus meeting, because we got to talk about why it is that y'all will not stop having babies with Pookies and then looking for your husband later.
What is that?
Like Krishan Rock made a post saying that the next dude she deal with is going to be her husband. Why was that not the first dude you was looking for?
You stupid.
Why would you have a baby by a Pookie like Blueface and then talking about you, Gary, go find your husband now?
Bruh.
What is wrong? Like, they have to do some kind of study on a lot of y'all, because it's just no way that you could be this backwards. It's just no way that you out here picking so poorly and then trying to come back after picking poorly and making a permanent decision with a Pookie and then talking about you trying to find a husband. But that's a lot of y'all. It's a lot of y'all, right? And the dudes are obvious Pookies. These ain't dudes who maybe you didn't know he was. No, you obviously knew he was. These be dudes who pants be sagging, tattoos all over their face, can barely speak English, and you want us to believe that at some point you thought that they was going to be a good man or a good father to somebody. No, they never was. He hang on the block all day. He was never going to be no good husband or a good father to no child, right? But you're slow, right? And now you somewhere want somebody to come behind this loser and take care of you and his baby.
It's too late now.
It has to stop. The games have to stop.
Than a female. They propagate gangsterism. Women think that's masculinity. It's a call for help. Street dudes grew up without a father.
All the time, they gonna teach him not to be in the streets.
But listen, when you staring at a street dude, what did he do? You looking at? What you looking at? That's the same thing that women do. When you staring at a woman, it's like, oh boy, what you looking at? They got the same energy as a woman. It just has a different frequency to it. Not the same energy. When you're over emotional, that creates toxicity. Your emotions is not in balance with logic. Like, they dealing with a lot of internal problems. Propagate gangsterism, and women think that's masculinity. Smoking all day, popping pills, you know what I'm saying, flashing the money. They trying to compensate for the lack thereof. Something happened to that man when he was a little boy. A lot of them deal with a lot of mental issues, while a lot of them are really like low-key homosexuals too.
I heard about that. I did hear about that.
A lot of street people are really, that, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of women today, you know, they really think that, like, oh, he a street dude, you know what I'm saying? He gets listening to NBA Youngboy. That's Bay right there. That's Bay. Got, you know, they think that's like masculine energy. A masculine man is always the very logical man, not an emotional.
31-year-old lawyer by the name of Courtney Cox. Now, it says she, had it all. It says she was a successful corporate litigator at the powerhouse law firm of Paul Hastings in Atlanta. A lot of people, couldn't understand why she would even get involved with this Pookie and Ray Ray, but she was well respected. Say she made a lot of money and she has a promising future, but she was ended up killed by this Pookie and Ray Ray that she ended up dating just a few weeks prior. So this Pookie and Ray Ray's name was Jarvis Jarrett. It said that he's been described by people who knew him as a thug and a street dude. Now, how is it that a lawyer, a woman that went to college, then she went on to law school, became an attorney at a respected law firm in Atlanta. How did she end up being with a Pookie and Ray Ray? How do a lawyer do that? It doesn't make any kind of sense. Brothers have been warning forever on social media and in a lot of y'all families. Leave Pookie and Ray Ray alone. What's wrong with a blue collar brother, a white collar brother? A brother that's involved, in the things you're involved with. What is wrong with that? Why Pookie and Ray Ray? It doesn't make sense. Now, I say, according to the police, they said the Pookie and Ray Ray Jarvis murdered Courtney inside her luxury high-rise apartment in Peachtree in Midtown Atlanta. Now, Pookie and Ray Ray don't even belong there. I know where Peachtree at. I've been there a few times. Actually, when I just went to Atlanta, I was actually staying at the Grand Hyatt, which is off of, Peachtree itself, right? So that was in there. If I'm wrong, what I'm about to say, brothers and sisters from Atlanta, you know more than me, of course, because like I said, I was staying in Buckhead at the Grand Hyatt over there, but he didn't belong there because that's a nice area, right? He just didn't belong. At least the area of Peachtree. I know Peachtree is much longer than just the area that I was in. I understand that, right? It's a pretty long street. But they say the police learned that he shot and killed Courtney inside her Atlantic House Midtown luxury apartment sometime after 3 a.m. And they say it appears the suspect was in the apartment, according to police. And they said there was no forced entry or anything like that. They said, but he just didn't kill, the sister. The Pookie and Ray Ray got into a deadly shootout with the police. And said police say he didn't. First responders from the balcony on the 21st floor. And at one point, investigators said he jumped from balcony to balcony, firing shots inside and outside the building, shooting up several units. They say his reckless discharge of shots could have killed dozens of people. They had nothing to do with anything, right? They say as they was getting the information from 911, they say the dispatch can hear the gunfire being played throughout the building. They say at least one officer returned fire, and police later found Jarvis dead on the balcony. They say it's not clear whether he was gunned down by officers or that he committed suicide. Now, the sister had worked for the Paul Hastings law firm since 2016. But this is the thing. Once again, it goes back to how can a woman that is a lawyer at a respected law firm be the Pookie and Ray Ray? They say she met this Pookie and Ray Ray inside her building, right? Let's say, okay, you didn't know who he was, but now you get to talking to him and you figure out he's a Pookie and Ray Ray. Why do you continue that conversation past that? We hear so many women, and guys, you've heard this online. Well, I want a man that makes equal to what I make or more. But yet, you didn't say that about Pookie and Ray Ray. Or there's another situation that we see here. I've seen women who's been extremely smart, right? Book smart. Let me say book smart. Extremely book smart. Make straight A's. AP classes. Smart. But when it comes to their dating, it doesn't go that route. Some of them will still date Pookie and Ray Ray. They don't even want even a blue-collar brother. A blue-collar brother is not out here committing crimes. He has a job or whatever, right? And yet you would turn those blue-collar brothers down for Pookie and Ray Ray. Because, like I said, they're smart in the books, but they're not smart in their life. Because they have that, I like the excitement of it, right? Now, if you were so book smart and you knew the law, you knew good and well that life doesn't end very well. It ends either in jail or you're dead. That's the only end. A few people get out the game, but that's very rare that happens. They can get out and they have to, of course, leave the city or wherever they were doing the dirt at, of course, and never to return. But still, You would think she would know better than that at the time. But she chose to deal with Pookie and Ray Ray. See, this is what brothers are trying to say. Then you're going to have some of them say, see, this only choices we have. Either dating Pookie, that's a lie. Isn't that Pookie and Ray Ray is not the only choice you have. Don't lie.
Well, here's my take on the subject matter. And it starts with the family. And ironically, the traditional family today has been almost totally dismantled. It's not 100%, but it is so far gone that a lot of the women today do not have a good example of what a man is or how a man should be and how a man should treat a woman as well as be a contributor to society. On the flip side, young men definitely don't have examples in the household and can't be trained in the way they should go and act in today's society. And if they're being raised by women, a lot of times with no male influence, they take on feminine traits. My problem is this is today, between music and media in general, especially television and movies, is either the only examples of men are weak ones or degenerate and hoodlums. So women today gravitate to that because they believe that is masculinity. And it's sad and unfortunate. With that being said, I would like to hear from you on the subject. Please provide your commentary in the comment section. And as always, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to Male Reality Lessons and have a good day.